We do some crazy stuff together.
Oh, whoa, from the chair.
Oh,
Wait, I'm
yeah.
Hey everyone, it's Haskiri Velazquez.
Hi, I'm Alycia Pascual-Pena.
Hi, my name is Belmont Cameli.
What's up? I'm Dexter Darden.
Hi, I'm Josie Totah.
I'm Mitchell Hoog.
And we are from Saved by the Bell.
And we're here with 17 to play Superlatives.
I'd say Dex.
Yeah, just probably Dexter or Alycia.
Yeah.
Probably those two, because I know Alycia, her dad had watched the show and she would grow up, and like Alycia wasn't allowed to watch TV when she was younger, but the only time she could was in the mornings. And that's when Saved by the Bell was on Saturday morning, so she got to watch it.
Me or Dexter? Like watch?
I would say between you or Dexter. I would say between you or Dexter for sure. Yeah.
Dexter Darden.
Yeah, that's Dexter Darden. Yeah.
Yeah. I grew up watching it on Saturday mornings, like with the reruns, and I feel like I've known Bayside for a majority of my life. So, and I still have like Zach Morris, like I love Zach Morris t-shirts and like a hoodie that says I'm so excited. So I grew up loving the original, so having the opportunity to be on this now is really dope for me. Alycia.
Yeah, Alycia, I think, yeah.
No, not at all. Preppiest, that's hard. Maybe I'm just gonna give it to Josie because she's currently in college, unlike any of us. And she's just the cutest girl. So I'm just gonna give it to Josie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Preppiest would probably be Haskiri.
I was gonna say Dexter.
Or Dexter. No, Dexter. Yeah. I had gotten breakfast with Dexter like a few months ago, and this man had pulled up in a like 4-piece suit, tie, everything. He was going to like a wedding later, but I mean, he's always on point. We love Dexter and his preppy style.
We call him our set dad because he's always just like somebody who's there. Yeah.
Dexter?
Dexter or Belmont, because they play sports.
Oh.
Yeah, Belmont for sure.
Belmont, of course, is not a jock, but probably used to be. No, in fact, used to be very frat boy. However, we love the man. We know he's evolved. We know he's a good man. He has layers to him.
Yeah.
You know, I would say Belmont. I feel like, you know, he does like a bunch of like active stuff, like boxing maybe.
He played a bunch of sports in high school. I know he played like football and volleyball, so I would give it to him or Dexter because I know Dexter loves to play basketball with friends.
You know, we're not really jockey.
I think it's, yeah, none of us are particularly
Probably me.
I think it's Dexter. Yeah, Dexter's like probably the most athletic. If you've seen him dance, you know that would be true.
Oh, whoa, from the chair.
Oh,
Wait, I'm just
yeah.
a little.
Oh,
Whoa, that's the
stop
best.
it.
That's the best to hit on too.
Alycia.
I was gonna say Haskiri.
Maybe Haskiri, but I feel like Alycia is like, I feel like she's just there. Like she's just there for you.
I
but
feel like Haskiri's like emotionally just like there and nurturing.
yeah, maybe the two of them.
Yeah, one of them.
I think you and I would be great Bayside buddies.
Belmont. Belmont. That's easy. I was waiting for you to answer. I was hoping you would just say it myself. Belmont.
I was thinking maybe.
Belmont's from Chicago, so he's already got that like really cool Midwest kind of steez about him. But then like he's so multifaceted in the sense that he can relate to a lot of people. So I think he's just cool. He would fit in the best with more groups of people.
No, well, thanks, Dex. Well, I'm so excited.
Belmont is so excited for sure.
Maybe Dexter
Or Haskiri.
or Haskiri.
Haskiri is so excited because she has so much energy and she has like the most youthful spirit that is just infectious, and that's why one of the many reasons I adore being around her.
Haskiri.
So scared. Haskiri.
Also Haskiri.
Yeah, Haskiri too.
I think she has a lot of emotions.
You know what? I would say Aisha is so scared.
Really?
Here's why. I would say you're so scared because like you mentioned, you're so accustomed to something, and I don't know if you really like change that fast and that quick, but you know how to take it on. So that's what I was saying. Josie for sure.
Yeah, and her character does it on the show, and I think it would most likely be her in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josie.
Josie would.
Yeah.
And she would make her parents attend her birthday party, and they would do it willingly. So yeah.
I'd say you, Josie.
Probably me, but I don't know if it would necessarily be an accident. No, I'm just kidding. But probably me or Alycia, because Lord knows Alycia has done some funny stuff, but probably me on purpose, Alycia on accident.
Alycia. Oh, Alycia, for sure.
Yeah, it would definitely, I think, be me, because when I was in college, I studied political science, and I've always been really passionate about civic engagement and policy reform. So
Alycia would have won. Alycia would have run. I think
maybe you guys could both run, but I unfortunately think she would beat you out by a little bit.
She would have been, for sure. Yeah. No doubt. Not even close.
Alycia,
for sure.
I would run and I would lose.
She's a future politician at heart.
She is.
Dexter, I would say, because he's the wackiest, and he'll perform at any drop of the hat.
Yeah, I think it's a tie between Dexter and Josie.
Josie
has really great comeback. She's quick on her feet.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, Josie's in general one of the funniest human beings I've ever met in my entire life. But Dexter will like actually put on a show for you at any point. So.
Josie, I just think is hilarious. When Josie gets going, I'll just be rolling. It's uncanny, the stuff that comes out of her mouth. So quick. She's so witty.
Yeah, we all have sense of humors, but Josie's like a comedic genius. Like in real life, like this is not, I'm not just saying that because she's my sister and I love her, but I truly think she's a comedic genius. She's by far the funniest.
Josie, for sure.
I was going to say Dexter. I think Dexter and we do some crazy stuff together. We're always on the same page. The stuff he says is of a different planet, and I commend him for that.
Josie.
But without all the evil parts, because Josie is a gem.
No.
But she's
like fashionable. She's
She commands a room. So Josie.
I would say Mitchell. I feel like you want to say me.
No, I don't want to. I don't know. No, you're nicer in person. I would say.
Good. Thank God.
I think it's a hard one because like each of us, we can be our characters very quickly.
For sure. Like we all have moments in our life where we could slip into that. But like then we also don't. I mean, I kind of want to say Alycia is because she stays checking people on and off screen for wild stuff they say, which we love her for. But honestly, we're all so different. It's kind of funny.
Probably me.
Oh, that's you. Yeah.
Yeah, probably me. Probably me. Yeah, I grew up with an athletic background, playing basketball, but always having an alternative interest in theater and music, and having the opportunity to play Devante, who I believe is the closest character that I've ever played in my life to myself. So I would probably have to say me again, even though it's weird to say me in a superlative game.
Yeah, but it's true though. It is accurate.
Mitchell is most unlike his character. His style couldn't be more different, his vernacular, everything about Mitchell is unlike Mac, which is great because Mac is pretty pretentious and ignorant. Mitchell is a sweet, kind man.
Belmont.
Yeah, either me or Mitchell, I would say. Because Mitchell he's not exactly like Mac Morris. Mac is very preppy. Mitchell is all black, super edgy. And he's more reserved. Yeah, he's very different than his character too. I feel like Jamie and I stray in certain ways, but I think Mitchell is like a vast polar opposite of Mac in real life.
Yeah,
probably Mitchell or Haskiri. Mitchell and Haskiri, the two of you are two different human beings.
Yeah, like polar opposites.
especially Haskiri, like completely different human being, but also you. So yeah, I would say the two of you. I mean, I do want to say that that is me.
Yeah, Josie, for sure.
But Mitchell, also, you have such good eyebrows.
I think we were both blessed with those
I
caterpillars.
would say both of us.
Yeah.
Oh, Dexter Darden. Have you seen them move? They're so expressive. It's uncanny.
This is it. I mean, I really can just raise them, but I do a lot of eyebrow work in the show. There's a lot of times when you'll just see me squint or raise them or just...
I feel like you have really great eyebrows, Alycia.
Thank you, babe.
Yeah, I really do feel like you have great eyebrows.
I don't know. I don't have anyone for that answer, so I guess I'll steal Haskiri's and take the eyebrow.
Say you.
Oh, Mitchell. Yeah, Mitchell is high fashion all the way.
Yeah, Mitchell is high fashion. Like, Mitchell shows up to work, and the majority of us are like in sweatpants because it's 6 a.m. in the morning. And Mitchell is like had this laid out button up. I'm like,
I really like Mitchell's style. He takes pieces that are, you know, he shops in like the female department, all kinds of department, and he just makes it work.
Mitchell is the fashion killer. Like, he always looks good, even if it's effortless. He has his own distinct, unique style that couldn't be more polar opposite from the show, but it's just bomb.
I would say Mitchell probably, because he's like the most high fashion man that I know in my life.
I'd say you too. You and Alycia. I'd say both always come with like full fits on.
To set. I know, because it's like we get bored of just wearing sweatpants to work. But
There's always like the Monday sweatpants, and then like Wednesday, you're like, okay, a couple days left, so you wear a good fit.
I think I had worn like sweatpants 4 months in a row, and then I came to set with like an outfit on, and you were like, huh. Like, you actually put on clothes. And I was like, I did. And you were proud of me. And I was like, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it me?
yeah, is it me? I'm like, is it me?
I feel like maybe Belmont. I mean, I don't know.
Also, it's just like him being kind, but I think it could be deemed as, I don't think any of us are overly flirtatious.
We all have great chemistry. I feel like I flirt with everybody on the show. I flirt with John Michael Higgins the most, probably.
Yeah. If we're going outside of the six, Mario's a pretty damn good flirt too.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
It's Belmont, I would say, or Mitchell. Mitchell, you have like these eyes to you where it's like, it's wonderful and it's scary sometimes. Even on screen, I'm like, is he flirting with her? It's like it's very evident, but you don't do it on purpose, but you just really look at people.
Yeah, yeah.
And Belmont can either be like totally not friendly or totally super
like
friendly.
opposite.
Yeah, so you can do both, but you kind of cruise in the flirtatious zone.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's hard.
That's difficult. We all have really different hair. That's a beautiful thing about having such a diverse cast.
That's a tough one because
Really tough one.
probably Haskiri, because her hair has volume and it can do a lot of things that you wouldn't think looking at her hair.
Can I say me? Is that
Say you.
I feel like me and Alycia have the best hair.
Thank you, sis.
Well, Alycia has that naturally beautiful curly hair too.
Alicia's hair is phenomenal. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
think
she's
that's
also
what-
giving so many different looks on the show. You know, she's got braids, and then she's got her natural curls.
Yeah, and all the styles that she does in the show are awesome, and they go great with all of her outfits too.
Thanks for catching up with us on 17, and make sure to watch Saved by the Bell.
Exclusively on Peacock.
For more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to 17's YouTube channel.
Thank you.